good morning, welcome back. You join me for fashion advice and hairstyling, obviously. Welcome back to my office. My name's Kirsten. I buy, sell vintage, antiques, collectibles, secondhand, anything I think that I can sell online, on eBay, on my website, or in antique centres to make a bit of profit so we can stay home and keep the doggies company and keep warm. Yesterday, just to keep my computer on, because you know after a few minutes it switches itself off, I thought, I'll put some of my old videos on because I get to see the shop. And it was like, wow, because I had so much stock, and there's one point where I'm showing off things that are coming in and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I'd had those. And yeah, I got a bit nostalgic. I did love having the shop, but I did not enjoy being cold, and I was cold a lot of the time. So, and it wasn't as busy as I would have liked it to be, but in hindsight, it did all right. I just had high expectations, but yeah, so that's that. Today is, what day is it? Wednesday. And yesterday, Darren went to go and see a contact of ours and pick up a load of stuff. So I will pop that video in there showing you the stuff when he brought it back. It's Tuesday afternoon and I'm not actually vlogging today, but Darren's just gone and picked up this lot. So I thought I'd show you a big haul of things. I'll be going through some of the stuff in a little bit more detail, the smaller stuff for me. But while it's all here together, I thought I'd show you. So we've got a lovely bamboo table. It's got like a wicker top, bamboo with a shelf there. It's really nice, that. We've got quite a lot of magazines, old railway magazines. So these are from 1980s, but there's older ones as well. Boxes and boxes of that kind of thing here, and you can see piles there and here, and they're not all railway ones. There's some of, like, see, that's classic tractor. There was some sort of war history ones or something there. There's a few books, like the Punch bedside book. Interesting. Freemasons, party games. And there's another one of the Freemasons there. Creative Beadcraft Limited. This is a catalogue of beads that you can get, look. So maybe this was for shops to use to order their beads in. How cool is that? And then I've got quite a lot of costume jewellery. There's some in there, there's some in there, there's some in there, there's some in there, and there's some in there. I don't think there's anything of great value, but I haven't gone through it at all, so I don't know. And in the bottom of this box here is like some old photographs and posters and all sorts of weird and wonderful things there. So we'll have a look through that at some point, and we'll also go have a look through all the jewellery. And look, some of my favourite things, paper mache boxes, and inside more costume jewellery. I love this sort of tea box. But I don't know, what do you call that wood? But you have to get cigar boxes made out of that, don't you? But that's a tea box. And then some bowls, more magazines and things under there. We haven't been through it properly, so I don't know yet. And behind there is a gorgeous Lloyd loom. There's a couple of pictures. Hang on, let me get the pictures. Might be difficult to show you. There's that one. And this one. Darren said it reminds him of the Mary Tarrant type pictures, that one. So we'll probably put that up on the wall at Louth with my other stuff. Yeah, behind here, let me move this. We have to put everything on the table because we've got dogs. Look at that gorgeous Lloyd loom. I think the light behind it, you're not catching the colour. It's a sort of deep gold colour. There's a little bit of damage on the upholstery there, but otherwise really good condition. It's all sprung and it's got a Lloyd Loam tag underneath. There's also behind here an old cassette player and a clock. Now some of these things are past their best, so I don't know what we'll be able to do with everything. And then propped up on this chair here is a low, you know, like a Japanese table, one of the really low ones. You see that? So that's interesting. And then over here, we have 2 electric guitars. Some sort of amplifier. Know nothing about electric guitars, but you know, we will know a bit more about them once we sort them out. I say we, that'll be a Darren thing. But I'm looking forward to going through all these boxes of jewellery, see if I can find any treasure. And there's some nice boxes, that one in particular, and the paper mache ones. So that'll keep us busy for a little while. So I've got a pile of jewellery here that I'm going to go through. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it, because if I do a big long video of going through jewellery, I'll put too many people off. So I might do it in little chunks. We'll see. A few bits that I've picked out to put on my website this week. I'll show you those now, and then I'll show you what I've sold, what I'm packing today that I've got to take out, and I've got to put to Spilsby because I need to pick up my prescription. And then it's a case of we've got electricians coming tomorrow, and they've got some like wiring and stuff to do, and we have to do some prep before they come tomorrow. So unfortunately, Darren's back's gone, so I'm gonna have to help him more than I would have done with that. So that's an extra bit of work today, and we're having a bit of a worry with one of our doggies, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Here's the few bits that I've picked out first. I've got a Dave down here. Say hello, Dave. Hello. He's doing really well, aren't you, Dave? Yeah. He's settling in quite well. He just doesn't, during the day, he doesn't know where to put himself, do you? But he's super fast. If he has zoomies around the garden, he's the fastest doggy, aren't you? The fastest. Thank you. Right. Okay, let me quickly show you these bits that I'm going to add to my website. While I think about it, thank you to Jill and Hilary who ordered on my website. Hilary contacted me via email to ask about a product that I wasn't actually going to put on my website, but we sorted it out and she's bought it. So if you ever see anything that you think you'd like that's not on my website, then get in touch via my email. It's down in the description box. Okay, you'll have seen in that little video that I got some new paper mache. So I've decided to put the 4 paper mache boxes on my website. So we'll go through them one by one. It's this one. Oh, that's interesting. Kalchijiti, 100% Aboriginal owned, Central Australia. The design owned by Kashmir. That's weird. I can't quite work that out because most of these boxes are made Kashmiri boxes, India. So is that saying that it's made in India for an Australian company? Because that does look like a sort of Aboriginal design, doesn't it? It's a bit different, that, isn't it? If you can hear some noise in the background, that's Darren testing out some electric guitars. It's very musical. And then I've got this lovely heart-shaped one. That's nice, isn't it? And then an egg-shaped one. Like bronzy goldy colours on there. These look like fireworks. That one. And then this beautiful green one. Green and gold. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I do love a paper mache box. So there's those 4. Oh, I made another card down the toadstool line of things, blue one. And then I've got these 2. I've had these a while, and then they were in the box with the Darla horses, which I've just got to the bottom of. So yeah, really nice. I'm going to do them separately on my website. This one's more brown, but look at the detail in the face. Isn't that lovely? All hand painted. Gorgeous. It's that one and that one. So that's those 2, nothing underneath. So that's everything that I'm putting on my website today. Not many eBay orders to do today. It's still a bit quiet on eBay. But an army vest, some trainers, a pair of brass candlesticks, this little Denby pot. You'd have seen that I picked that up when I went charity shopping in Boston a few weeks ago. And I think I paid £3 for it, and it sold for 22. Not bad. And then one of my Darla horses is sold. So I'm going to get that lot packed and my website orders, and then I'll get back to you. Parcels were packed. I've been to Spilsby, dropped off parcels and picked up my prescription, popped in the charity shops. Wild pricing again. One of the charity shops had in a cabinet these 2 brass and mother of pearl, like a pear and an apple, little pots. £60 for the pair. I had a look on eBay, and yes, somebody's got them up as 125, but if you look at sold prices for each one, you're talking about 12 quid. So that's a maximum of like 24 quid, £60. And then a little glass, you know, like one of the 60s glass deer, black one, £30. Wild. Anyway, I am going to add those bits to my website that I showed you while I eat my lunch. It's a bit of a leftovers affair. So we've got some meatballs and potatoes from tea last night, some quiche that needed finishing off, apple and grapes, and olives and gherkins and pickled onions. So I'm going to eat that while I work. Sorry about the light. It is, should we say it again? It's a really dark day and I can't see what I'm doing. I did pick that up in the charity shop while I was out earlier. It was in a reduced basket for 50p, and I thought, well, at Louth at the antique centre, I should be able to get 4 or 5 quid for that, hopefully. So 50p into a £4 or £5. And then delivery driver's been, and I'd ordered a book on eBay. The other night we were watching, I told you actually, the whole kit and caboodle, and she was setting up her desk with things. And one of the things she showed, was it in that episode? Well, it was definitely that channel. I'm trying to think if it was that episode or not. Anyway, they showed this book. And I thought, oh, that looks really interesting. I'm going to order it. It's a little bit dusty. I'm going to try and clean it up a bit. Could do with a bit of a wipe. But anyway, I got this for an absolute steal. I think it was only about £3.50 or something on eBay, free delivery. And in it are handmade creams and talcum powder. Look, and I'm not going to make talcum powder, but perfuming linens, and I just thought it sounded really, really interesting. Look, you can make potpourri. The one that I'd said, it was hand cream and stuff that I'd seen, and I thought, that's good. Herbs for beautiful hair. Steam cleansing the face. I like the illustrations as well. It just looks like an interesting book, so I'm going to have a little flick through that and see if there's anything worth making. But I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a clean first. There we go. Bit of extra reading for me. Not that I've been doing a lot of reading recently. But anyway. Shall we have a little look through? What I've decided to do is split them into 4, and I'll do 4 little videos to add to my videos, so that I don't overwhelm you with a look at old jewellery. So I'll pick one of the boxes and we'll have a look through. Okay, so I've picked this first box up. It's got this lovely like marquetry on it, but unfortunately there's a bit missing from there. But I love this kind of worn wood look, don't you? A keyhole there. Yeah, some of the marquetry's all sort of fallen out, so it's not in the best condition. But inside is a random selection of costume jewellery. So this is roughly a quarter of what I've got to go through. So I thought we'd just start, basically. Let's make a start and see if there's anything. Probably best thing to do is move that way, and then I'll pull bits out and we'll have a look at them. Stretchy costume jewellery. I'm thinking of just making a big bag and I'll sell it on eBay if anything that I'm not bothered about. So that'll go in the bag of jewellery. A huge hoop earring, likewise. That's a big tangled mess. Put that to one side for a moment. Wow, they're bright. Little tiny, tiny yellow beads. Put that in the one to sell. Now that looks fancy, doesn't it? Like a crest on there. It's not broken because it's got the clasp on this side. Oh, there's some writing on there. I wonder what that says. Tell you what I'll do is I'll put that to one side and have a proper look at that when I've got my magnifying glass out. A little gold coloured chain. A little silvery kind of bracelet. Don't think it's silver. It looks like it's corroded there, doesn't it? I'll have a closer look at that one in a minute. This looks interesting. Look at that pendant. And then these strange extender bits. Feels very plasticky. A little tiny ring. Do you think that would have had a stone there in the middle? It's quite cute. I'll put that in the bag. I think I'm just going to sell it as broken jewellery. It's even the ones that are not broken aren't in the best condition. No. This is very 80s. Look at that. The splashes on. I remember stuff like this. Yeah, that's going to be in the keep pile. This is cute. Thought I might give this to Court. She loves bees. It's like a little beehive. I noticed this when I saw the box. I opened the box the other day. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a charm. It's got a little bead missing. She might like it. What's this? Oh, it's like a belt. Ooh. How does that work then? There you go. Interesting. Wonder if there's any value to that. Maybe on, if I clean it up, it might go on Vinted, maybe. Who knows? Oh, wow. Look at that. That's a clip-on earring. Look at the size of that. Take up half your face. It's very light, though. Some of the clip-on earrings are really heavy. Now, I can't see another one like that, but there might be another one the same in one of the other boxes. Might be able to match up a pair. Actually, I might do one bundle of clip-on earrings, so I'll put that separate from the other bits. It's like a double layer pearl necklace. Doesn't look like real pearls though, unfortunately. This one with the, is that like a choker necklace? Oh, I can't wear those. Feels like you're being strangled. A little charm bracelet. As I say, I don't think there's anything of any value in these, in this jewellery. Little kid's ring. Maybe I'll do a separate ring one. That's a bit broken there. Does that clasp mean it's vintage? You jewellery lovers, you'll know all this, not me. Feels weird, that. Feels almost like clay. Hang on. See if we can untangle. Another little pearl one. Do I do a separate pearl one? Maybe. Maybe I'll get a few bags and do some separate lots. Here's another pearl one, but hang on, can't get it off. It's tangled. It's tangled. Can you see how the coatings all come off the beads? I think that's probably a dustbin one. Some more faux pearls, this time with this strange attachment. Very glam. Hang on, something else there. What's that? Can't get it off. It's got these 3 little rings on it, but they're all tarnished. Wow, look at that. Bizarre. It's got some of the little beads missing. Is that a signature there? Look, can you see? It looks like a signature, doesn't it? Feels like just sort of stainless steel, that. I think that's like a scarf clip. A cat earring. A couple of chains. They feel very plasticky. That one in particular. That one, I guess, could be silver, but there's no marking on it, so I doubt it. What's this? Is that a choker? It's very small if it is. Maybe it's a bracelet. What is this? What is this? Hang on, there's the end, so it hangs. No. Can't work my way around this. Okay, so this is the back. It's like a double layer one. Somehow. Not sure. 2-layer thing with lots of sparkles and dangly bits. It's another little chain. Feels very cheap. Oh, an earring. Oh, that's cute. Oh, gone. Here we go. We've got another cat. Is that the same as the other one? Where did I put it? There. No, it's a different cat. Another little chain. Feels cheapy. Oh, some more 80s style beads. Look how tarnished that is. Another chain. this one feels like it could be better quality. So I might look at that one a bit more closely. Sometimes it just feels different. Oh, look at that. Oh, they're pretty. I think they're like daffodils. Cute. Now, with it having this, which is for a safety chain, it suggests to me that it's a bit better value. The safety chains come off, or no, you can reattach that. Ah, but the clasp is broken. Well, that's a shame. I wonder how easy it is to replace these. There's no markings to say that it's silver or anything, but it just feels better quality. And the detail in there. Put that to one side. Another tangled mess. It's like a charm bracelet, but it's, excuse my stomach making crazy noises, obviously like plated and it's all worn off. Doesn't look great, does it? Another little earring, clip on. Another little bracelet. I wonder if this is another belt. Oops, because it's very long. But then it's got a, well, it would have been if it wasn't broken. Can you see? But it seems long enough to be a belt, so maybe that was a belt. A chain. Right, that's everything that is in the box. See if we can untangle some of this. Alright, not going very far with that one. Look how rusted that is. I've got a wire necklace. If anybody's interested in a lot of old broken jewellery, let me know. Little necklace there. Right, I'm going to switch you off for a minute while I untangle. I got lots of them untangled. Some of them just aren't worth untangling. For example, I've got some old pearl type ones and a chain and this that's all tangled together, but it's not worth untangling. So I'll just put that in that job lot. There was this one. And this is like a really long beaded strand. I did see the label. This one's Claire's Accessories, or Claire's, I think it's just called. Some little beads, a little silvery coloured necklace. This one's like a bracelet. This one's broken. That really cheap feeling chain, feels like plastic almost. And then these weird beads, like seed pods, don't they? One solitary earring. A chain. I'll have a quick look underneath the magnifying glass just to make sure things aren't silver before I chuck them away. Another little cheap little necklace thing. This wire thing was holding it all in a big tangle. I think that goes in there, maybe. Oh no, maybe not. Anyway, that was holding the big tangle together. Got this strange sort of beaded affair. This is broken, but it's quite nice beads. They feel like they could do a really good clean. They'd be really pretty. You see they've got like a pearlescence to them. I've got this little necklace that's on a ribbon with these fish beads. Don't know, is it a choker? It's very small if it is. Little necklace, looks like traffic lights. That one. This one's got little square beads. Little flower one. So they're all, nothing looks of any value. This one says Scorpio. These are attached together. I can't be bothered to try and get them apart. These are like really plasticky. Another big sort of plasticky bead necklace. A chain. A tiny little chain. I will check that that's not gold before I chuck it away. And a little silver one. And that's it. Look how dirty my hands are. So, what do you think? I'm thinking I'll just do a job lots on eBay and get rid. If I video this way, you haven't got the light blaring at you. Yeah, I'm not keeping much out of that lot. I'll see what I can do with. There was that silvery coloured chain, like belt thing, the 80s bead necklace, and that little beehive thing that I might give to court. But it's got a bead missing, so I might not. I've just used my my desk, you know, it's like a hydraulic desk, and I just put it back up again after videoing the jewellery, and Benji did not like it. It scared him. Didn't scare Dave. Dave's sleeping there. Ed's down there, and Jenny's in the kitchen crying because Darren's gone to try and do a bit of work. I told you he's got a bit of a bad back, but we've got electricians coming and he needs to get access to the garage door, and of course we got all our cardboard in there in front of the garage door, so that all needs moving. So he's trying to do a bit of that if he can. I've left him to it. Doesn't matter how many times I say just sit down, relax, he won't. So what was I going to tell you? Oh yeah, so the other night Darren had gone to bed early and Jenny was asleep on one of these big beds, and when she went to get up, her back legs were not functioning. She was struggling to get up, so I carried her to bed hoping that in the morning that she would be feeling better. But yesterday was really bad. As she was walking, her back legs were just giving away underneath her. Now we have had an incident like this a few months ago, not quite as bad, but it did get better again. So we're hoping that a few days rest. She's not 100%. She's still better than she was yesterday, but it's still not great. It's just her back legs are really weak and they just keep giving way underneath, and she can't like jump onto the sofa or anything like that. And because she's so fiercely independent and not very touchy-feely, she doesn't like being picked up. She doesn't like being put in particular places. She wants to choose for herself. Makes it a little bit more difficult. But yeah, so we're just hoping, fingers crossed, that with a bit of rest she'll get better. Right, I better go and see what Benji wants. Does anybody want a Benji? free to a good home. We wouldn't give you away really, but he is quite challenging, aren't you? Demanding constantly. If one of them's causing trouble, it's generally this one. Hello, Jenny. Oh, she's gone again. If anybody's barking, it's probably this one. Yeah? Gets very grumpy, don't you? Always cold, always wants to be carried, don't you? He's a dog with attitude. Yeah, you lie down on there. Anyone want him? Got a posse of dogs around me, making work not very easy. I was just having a look in the book, and there's a chapter on Tussy mussies. I just had to Google it. Basically, it's a small little fragrant bouquet of flowers and herbs. In the mid-19th century, the traveller Lady Mary Wortley Montagu wrote to a friend telling her of how Turkish women sent messages by means of flowers, and when her letters were published, this rekindled a whole new interest. Illustrated dictionaries of flowers were published, and the meanings of flowers were even included in the 19th century gardening books. Victorian ladies took great pleasure in making tussy mussies and had special plots in their gardens where they grew flowers for them. A posy need not be sent to a lover. It can convey good wishes at weddings, christenings, birthdays, cheer the sick, or provide a reminder of your visit to friends when you've gone. Use a tussy mussy to decorate a dinner table or put it on a dressing table of a guest room. Small labels can be tied on to indicate the meanings of the flowers, or you may not be concerned with the meaning, preferring instead to simply make a pretty gift. And then there's a list of the meanings of flowers. So acacia, secret love. There's alyssum, worth beyond beauty. Apple blossom, preference. Daffodils, regard. Daisies, innocence. Yellow carnation, disdain. French marigold, jealousy. There's a whole list of different meanings of all the different flowers. And there's a whole 2 or 3 pages of it. So, yeah, interesting book. Right, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my little working from home on a grey January day vlog. If you could leave me a thumbs up and a comment, it really does help just to get seen. And if you enjoy my gentle vlogs, then please think about subscribing. Darren will have a video out again soon, gardening with dogs. But in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.